My name is Conn Iggulden. I write books about Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, Wars of the Roses, and most recently a series on ancient Greece, or ancient Athens and Sparta. I'd like to tell you a few stories from that period that have come up while I've been reading, mostly from Herodotus. Now, the first of these is called, I suppose, Hippocleides. It was a story set around 600 to 560 BC. A man called Cleisthenes of Sicyon, a small city-state between Corinth and Sparta. Now, the tyrant, as he was known, was looking for a suitor for his daughter, and he announced this at the Olympics. He said that he would have a year of testing for all the young men, and he would take the best of them at the end of that year, and they would marry his daughter and, of course, inherit the city-state. Now, this was hugely popular at the time. It became a great fashion. All the young men, the strongest, the fastest, the fittest, the best, came to Sicyon, and he had a running track built for them and a wrestling ring, and they performed all sorts of feats and wonders for the entire duration of a year. But also, he would have feasts with them in the evening so that he would talk to them and learn how they thought. Now, at the end of the year, an Athenian called Hippocleides was pretty much the front runner. He had performed magnificently in all the tests, and he was doing really, really well. And he knew the wedding day was coming up, and he knew that he was probably going to win. So when the final feast began, and it was such a huge celebration because it was going to lead straight into the wedding, Cleisthenes had 100 cattle sacrificed, and it wasn't just for the competitors, but also for the people of Sicyon. And it became a huge and somewhat drunken affair. Now, Hippocleides really drank a great deal that evening, and he became so delighted with the way things were going that he decided to demonstrate his great love of dancing. And despite his potential father-in-law's frowns, he had a table brought up and began to demonstrate all the dances he knew. Dances from Laconia, dances from Attica, and then eventually he pulled off his greatest feat of all, which was to stand on his head with his tunic falling down, revealing his manhood in its entirety, and waggling his legs back and forth, an extraordinary feat of balance that went on and on and on, until his father-in-law, Cleisthenes, stood up and said, "Hippocleides, you have danced away your marriage." And Hippocleides responded, "Euphrontis Hippocleide." That does not bother Hippocleides. Now, that phrase, Euphrontis Hippocleide, became, I couldn't give a stuff. In Greece, for generations afterwards, someone might say, well, your house has burned down. You say, Euphrontis Hippocleide. That doesn't bother Hippocleides. Or your wife has run away. That doesn't bother Hippocleides. And it's a lovely phrase that I think we should continue to use today.